Good evening. Welcome to Jack V. Murphy Stadium for a homecoming game tonight between the Gladewater Bears and the Gunter Tigers. So, just now, the teams are coming out onto the field. Gladewater is coming out, Gunter's already out. The homecoming festivities have all been done. And with me tonight again is Avon. And so we are glad to be back in the booth after a 3 week layoff and three home games. And then Gladewater will have an open date next week before they begin district play in 2 weeks. So this is really their last good tune up before they start district. And we'll look at their schedule later on, who they open up with. But last week,
Hey Sam, before we get started, let me take a quick pause. Everybody out there, our footage started about 7 o'clock, and I would like to say that we had some audio difficulties because the camera, which is supposed to give us an audio feed, is not doing so. So I just want to let y'all know we will get that fixed before the next game, if at all possible. And that's why you didn't hear anything, no background noise, which is pretty aggravating because it should be working.
so also we've talked about this before. The camera uses AI, artificial intelligence. We've talked about that before.
That is correct, Sam. That's why whenever those honey bears start moving their arms, it goes, hey, 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 I see somebody down. What's going on? Is that a football or an arm?
I believe that's Darren Richardson
That is
singing the
Darren
national
Richardson.
anthem.
I wish they could hear some of that. We have to
Um,
find a way to get another audio feed in here.
so Darren did have a birthday this week, and he was a music teacher here for a long time, and also assistant principal for me, and then a principal
And a
later on.
principal, yeah.
So I'm gonna be quiet and let y'all, in case they can hear a little bit of it. I'm
it,
gonna
it
let them
doesn't
hear it.
show any audio
Okay.
from that camera whatsoever. Rather frustrating.
Darren does have a good voice, though. It is. It was great when when he was here because all of our audio and stuff was an easy setup for Darren because he had done that for so long. But he does have a very very good voice. And the crowd likes that. So we can hear the applause up here in the press box. So a very pleasant night. This morning, early, it was nice and cool. And then as the day progressed, it got to be one of those hot days again, Avon.
Yes, it did, Sam.
So I'm not sure what the temperature is down on the field.
Currently, the watch says about 84 degrees. Same number that the high school built.
Well, that is true.
This whole stadium, 1984.
And when this was built, I was coaching at West Rusk and ended up coming to Gladewater. But I remember the year we came over here for the first, not the first game, but our first game in this stadium. And it was, our kids were in awe, I can tell you that. And of course, now at West Rusk, they also have great facilities now after a very uh, healthy bond issue, new field house, lots of work, and they're also on a roll over there with their team. They're doing well. So anyway, a great night in East Texas for some high school football. And I believe Gunter is another ranked team that Gladewater is facing tonight. So
I've also heard that from several people in the community. They said that this will be a pretty tough game for the Bears.
so I did text with Coach Levere this week, and I asked him for some stats. and he laughed and said, I really don't want to send them to you because they're not very good. And I said, well, I thought you might say that, but I was going to ask anyway. What I didn't tell him was I can go to Max Prep and get all the stats. So anyway, one thing Gladewater has always been known for is a very tough preseason schedule, knowing that it will carry them further in their district play and on into the playoffs. So going back to our last broadcast was also our first home game, and our first game of the season was against Dangerfield.
What
And
a close game that was.
it was a 1 point defeat for the Bears, and it was what 14-13 in that game.
That was the final score. One.
And then Mount Vernon, who is ranked very high, beat them soundly, let's just say. And so tonight, as we get ready for the first kick, Bears are lined up, and it is a squib kick. Number 5 for Gunter takes it. That is Cannon Limburg, and he gets a short return. So the ball will be spotted just across the 35-yard line on the right hash. Be 1st and 10 for the Gunter Tigers. Bear defense is on the field. Gunter's offense comes out. They've got 2 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. 1 back, quarterback set deep. Hands off to number 32. He goes around the end with a lead blocker and picks up good yardage.
Ball got dropped. Oh, he did.
Picks up good yardage, and that ball carrier was Ashton Bennett. So quick, hurry up offense, line up, just flip the formation. Motion, hands off. No, fakes the handoff. Quarterback keeps, and he is across midfield. Their quarterback is number 2, Walker Overman. And that is a first down, so the chains are moving. They are on the 43-yard line. Quarterback keeper again.
2.
And he does not look to be very big, but he's very quick.
Well, that guy's, it just keeps turning.
Yes, and his legs are churning. He is a hard runner. I can tell you that after watching him on 2 plays.
This offense is very fast back to the.
So now they're throwing and completed to number 12 down just inside the 15-yard line. And that is Ivy Hellman is the target that time. Makes a good catch. That was out of a trips formation. Now they're back with in a tight set with a slot each side motion. He gives it to the
32 again.
Number 32, and he's met by a host of Bears for no gain.
88 and 9 Bears. We've got T. Sanders. What I say also number 9, Joby Chico.
Throwing again, he throws back to number 24, and he breaks 1 tackle and is. See how they mark it?
Can't see. There's too much.
It's going to be short on about the 1-yard line. So that was number 24 with the reception, Cole Harpo. But this hurry-up offense is creating some tense moments for the Bears already.
32 again, Sam.
And he is in there for the score. So Ashton Bennett with 10:25 left in the first quarter has the Tigers on the scoreboard. And they are setting the ball up for the extra point. They are going to have
that's number 28.
That is Preston Tarpley. Number 5 is his holder, Cannon Limburg.
Number 3 almost had that thing. If you guys saw it, JT Maddox, he was moving.
So that brings the score 7 for the Gunter Tigers and the Gladewater Bears 0 with 10:25 left in the first quarter. The Tigers basically are in a hurry up type offense. They're lining up with two tight ends and a slot, even tighter than that, slot back on each side, and in a one back set. And then they're using motion to get a two back set. And then they're lining up with two wide receivers, one side, tight end to the other, or trips.
Are most of the lineups just like that?
Well,
Almost all of them.
they've shown us about three formations on that drive. So, and the thing about it, all those are very different formations, and your defense has to line up quickly before the snap. So this hurry up offense can put your defense in a bind just by alignment sometimes. So Gunter is kicking off from the left hash.
Also number 28.
And deep for the Bears. Let's see what kind of kick. And they kick deep. That ball is going to be caught right at the goal line. And Bears running it out. And I believe they're going to be out close to the 10. Let's see where the forward progress is.
That was number 1, Kyron Wilson.
So nice return. Probably about a 10-yard return. He caught that with 1 foot in the end zone and 1 on the goal line. And that ball is marked right at the 10-yard line. So right hash, 10-yard line for the Bears to start their drive with 10:19 left in the first quarter.
A lot of 10s you just
Yes.
on the 10, first down and 10 minutes and little to go.
So it may not be a game of inches. It may be a game of tens tonight. Gladewater, 1 wide receiver to each side. They give it to the fullback up the middle. He picks up 2, maybe 3. Let's see where they mark it. Looks like a 2-yard gain. But Gladewater had a wide
That
receiver.
was number 10, Austin Werner.
Okay, so that's Werner on that carry. They've got Gladewater now has 2 wide receivers at the bottom of your screen, and 1 wide receiver to the top. So they're in a pro set. 2 running backs. Wilson under pressure. He is sacked. Probably going to be marked at the 6-yard line. He wanted to throw, got some pressure, and he didn't really have anywhere to go. So
Tough situation.
So that is about a 5-yard loss at play. So that'll bring up a 3rd and.
They're saying 12. I don't.
Well, 5-yard loss from what they'd gained on the play before,
Gotcha.
not from the original line of scrimmage. Bears throwing again.
Oh.
And I believe he's sacked again.
Number 23 on the Tigers.
And that is Carter Layton. So Bears are going to have, for their first possession, a 3 and out with minus yardage, because it is now 4th and about 16 is on the board, and I think that's fair. So see how this punt goes. Okay, Gladewater with a timeout here with 8:26 first quarters, and down by 7, and had a 3 and out, 1 running play and 2 attempted pass plays where the quarterback got sacked. So Gunter exhibiting pretty good pass rush so far.
Lots of pressure on that quarterback.
All right, so Bears are definitely in a punting situation. Of course, as a coach on the offensive side, you want everybody to tighten up, keep them out, and get the ball off, because a block down here is points. And
Quick points.
On the defensive side, you can go for the block, or you can hold them up and try to get a good return, because they're standing on Gladewater 40. Anticipation of the punt gets
really high.
Way high kick, caught at the 32-yard line. So about a 27-yard punt from the line of scrimmage. Good coverage on the punt team by the Bears. So now Gunter Tigers take over. Oh, there's a question. Flag on the, looks like offsides.
I didn't hear him.
Well, I
Said it
saw him
once.
make the offsides call. It looked like it was declined. So Tigers still take over on the 32,
33.
33. And chain, got his chain setting on the. They are backwards. I was going to say they need to move. Yeah, you move down toward the goal line. The other guy now is set in the right position. Down box needs to change to first down. And now here goes our other chain. Gunner in the tight formation, one running back, quarterback deep as well. And quarterback fakes it up the middle, hands it to one of the flankers that was out wide.
That's number 8, Sam.
And
Ethan Sloan.
And
flags like
and
crazy.
I'm thinking
You missed that.
I didn't miss it. I just was waiting for you to finish your deal.
Sorry.
When they hit him and took him out, I think they didn't put him on the ground till he got outside that black turf, and I think that's going to be an unnecessary roughness. But anyway, they have those. Yes, so a personal foul. So that should be automatic first down as well. So, but they were in the tight set with their wingbacks or flankers, and one goes in motion, and they fake the dive up the middle and give it to him coming around the end. It's a well-designed play, but they had him stop. But they can't give up the penalties down here, put them in closer than they need to be.
Quarterback going up top. Number 9, Austin Werner's running him down. Got caught by our number 3, JT Maddox.
So JT, with Werner in hot pursuit from the inside out, does a good job.
I'm sorry, number 9 wasn't Werner. That was Joby Chico.
Okay. He really does a great job of saving 6 points. That hurry up offense is going. There's the motion, a little pitch out to him.
Over to number 11.
And he's in.
Adam Reed. Tigers.
So
that is just a rapid offense.
They do, and what they do, in addition to setting up quick.
That going to become the new normal? There was another team we played. It was
well,
just like that.
No, because everybody doesn't have the personnel to do it, but it's a great tool if you can do it. Some teams will do it only for a certain time, then they'll go back to, a paced game.
Keep it even more.
Yes, because you never know when it's coming. So now it's their PAT, and it is up and good. So that is a 14-0 lead with 7:39 left in the first quarter. So the Bears starting out again tonight with a rough first quarter. They've had about 3 of those. The Spring Hill game was not one of those. Gladewater ended up winning that, I think 41-14 or 47-14. And but they haven't had turnovers tonight, but they've gotten down twice in first quarter and put the Tigers in scoring position, and one was due to a penalty. So, it's a lot to overcome sometimes. So anyway, Gunter though doing a great job with that hurry up offense and using alignment and motion and then misdirection on each play with the quarterback keeper, handoff, and the sweeps wide. So they're doing a great job of mixing their plays up and keeping the defense kind of on their heels. So another deep kick, same basic spot. Wilson takes the ball. He comes to his right, his left. He's got some room, and he is out. We got a flag,
Right at about the 30.
but he makes it out to the 30-yard line on a nice return. And let's see who it's on and what it is. Typically, it's a block in the back or a block too low on a kickoff. See what their call is. Oh, no foul. So they're pulling the flag. So no
Yeah, that
flag.
one just jumped out of his pocket.
Yeah. We'll take it though for sure. That helps the Bears quite a bit. So they're spotting the ball on the 28-yard line. And let's see if the Bears can't get something going with 7:31 left in this quarter. Two wide receivers top, one split out bottom. They hand it off to the dive back, and he plows ahead for that's going to be about a 5-yard gain, Avon.
Number 3 of the Bears, J.T. Maddox. He's all over the place.
So JT is getting his name called offensively and defensively. But a good surge by the line right there. Good hard running. Again, we've got 3 wide receivers, 2 at the top of your screen, 1 bottom. Quarterback under center, 2 backs. And they run that dive again. He's going to get maybe 2 yards, 2 more. So it looks like a 3rd and 3. 3rd down and 3,
saying.
yeah. So ball is on the 35-yard line. Number 1, Kyron Wilson coming back in with the play. Looks like split backs, quarterback under center, 3 wide receivers. And this time they give it to the left
Number
back.
10, now it's Austin Vernon.
That was Werner. And he does not get the first down, but he picks up 2 of the needed
Close.
3. So now we're at a point, 4th and 1 from your own 37-yard line. And we got number 2, Vontae Powers coming in. Also Sanders, 88, coming in. Chico coming out. So Bears looks like they're going for it. Split back. Like they may call a timeout. All right, I think they were just going on a hard count, trying to get them to jump. They didn't.
Somebody moved just a little.
They didn't.
I guess it's not enough.
Well, defensively
YouTube
they
could
can.
go back and
yeah.
look at that.
So Gladewater takes their 2nd timeout of the night, and we'll see what they do. It's not unusual to see Coach Levere go for it early and often, but he's down, or I say him, his team is down by 14. They are on their own 37-yard line. So if you make it, you keep your drive alive. If you don't make it, they're that much closer to score another one. Or do you go ahead and punt it, get a good punt off, and try to get them down in a hole for them where they got further to go? So that's why the head coach makes the big money, because he gets to make those calls. So the Bears are not in punt formation. They're lined up in an I formation. Everything tight. And he does not get it.
They handed it off to number 2, Vontae Powers.
And so they ran just a power I to the left, 2 tight ends and 3 backs in the backfield, and gave it to the tailback, which is a good call, but we didn't have a path cleared for him. So that gamble does not end like the Bears want it. And the ball, in fact, he lost 2 yards. And the ball now is on the 35-yard line. and Tigers have 1st and 10 with 5:30 left in the first quarter. Here comes their offense. They've got everybody in tight. See, Avon, you see they have a slot, and that one goes in motion, and he gives it to him.
Number 8.
Number 8 is a little water bug, and that
Ethan
is
Sloan.
Ethan Sloan. And I say that's a compliment. That's not a negative.
No, I know.
He is he's zigging and zagging, and nobody can get a good shot at him
slippery.
and get their hands on him. And he did a good job of avoiding probably 4 good tackles. So now they're in a wide set, and he
Number
just
12.
hands it to number
goes up
12
top.
and number 2 for the Bears, Devontae Powers.
Ivy
makes-
Hillman was the Tiger that
And Powers makes a great stop for the Bears for no gain. So now 5 and 22 for the Tigers are down at the bottom of your screen. They have a
12 again, Sam.
no,
What's going
quarterback
on? He
kept
tried
it.
to keep it.
Yeah,
Didn't make it.
and he
That's a different quarterback. That looked like number
no, that's number 2 still. No,
different person. Oh, let me get my
7.
7. Number 7, Luke Dodd.
Well, Luke Dodd is that quarterback then, and he pulls the ball, keeps it on an option, and loses. Well, they've made a couple.
12
yards.
again. He's trying to go up the center. The
They
middle didn't
make
work.
about 2 yards maybe, so that's going to be 4th and 7.
Now, do they go for it? Oh, they're going to bring their kicking team. Speaking of kicking team, I got to have a question. You know, whenever they went to go make that point after touchdown, really close, have they not trickled down that rule that the NFL did where AT has to be done from like the 25? Do they do that in college ball?
I don't know about the college rule, but no, they do not do that in high school.
But it would probably go college first, then high school, you think?
He makes that one.
He made it.
So that would bring us to 17.
Again, that was Preston Tarpley, 28 for the Tigers.
So the 4th and short that you didn't make leads them to we did hold and keep the touchdown out, but it leads them to a field goal and another 3 points. So right now our score is 17, and we're still in the first quarter, and there's 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. That's the bad news. The good news is the Bears get the football back. So what we really need is a drive that eats up a lot of clock, but you only have 3 minutes and 30 seconds. But that would get us some confidence and burn some clock up and keep the ball out of their hands. So even if it takes us into the second quarter, that would be okay. So Bears lined up again. Wilson deep and Colin Lewis deep. They're switching sides. We'll see if they kick to Wilson or kick to Lewis this time. So he is
Really good kick.
Colin
that thing
Lewis. He's
always
got
within
some
the 5.
room and runs into one of his own players and gets the ball out to the 25. Lewis had some room. He kicked to the same spot, but Lewis and Wilson had swapped sides then. And so Lewis actually had a bit of daylight. He broke through and ran into one of his own players trying to make a cut and
Times that just happened.
open that hole. So anyway, good field position, 25-yard line. Bears come out. Powers in the ball game, and Austin Werner in as the 2 running backs. Wilson still the quarterback. Snap taken under center.
Going to keep it quarterback keeper.
And he keeps it, and he's going to make about a yard on that play, maybe 2. We're going to spot that at the 27, 2-yard gain. Little option. He fakes the dive, keeps it, and just doesn't quite have the room to get around the end and be free. So it looks like the defense for the Tigers is a four-man front, three linebackers, and then four secondary people. 4-3 defense. Lewis takes the ball.
Throws it to Colin Lewis.
And he really, it was a low throw. He made a good catch. Got a little yardage out of it. So it's going to be 2nd and about 4.
3rd and 4.
3rd and 4. I'm sorry. That was 2nd down. So 3rd and 4. Ball's on the right hash. Grayson Woods, number 17, wide receiver at the bottom of your screen. Lewis outside of him. Quarterback under the center, looking to throw. Throws a little hitch pass to Lewis. He's got nowhere to go. And so he is going to make maybe a yard on his forward progress. So just
a lot of Tigers on him, Sam. I was just glad to see he held on the ball. That was
so
a lot
that
of pressure.
That was just a little hitch pass, and then you get what you can get. Coach Murphy, when he would throw that, at one point, Chad was the flex end, the weak side end split off wide, and he would tell Chad, "You want me to throw it to you again? You better make at least 3." So we didn't make 3 on that one, but I bet you they'll throw it to Colin again. He looks to throw again. Oh my goodness!
Accepted. That looks like.
And the target, I'm trying to see who the target was.
Looks like it was number 9, Zach Bolin, is who caught the ball. Our target.
8. That 0. So our target would be Tyrone Maddox. And defender, who did you say that was?
That was number. Oh, hold on.
Anyway, he did a good job of just stepping in front of the intended target and picking. And then, of course, Maddox ended up doing a good job of making the tackle because he was the only one that could stop it from being a touchdown. So Tigers back 1st and 10 on the Bear 20. They've got trips right. And it's
number 2. Put a hand it off to 32 again.
So they're setting 3 wide receivers right, but they're running the ball.
Got a whole different back end.
Yeah, they're running the ball to the weak side toward their split in on the weak side. So they've got everybody stretched and gives them a little bit of running room. See how they're stretched out down here? So now he's looking to throw. He's throwing for that corner, and it's out of bounds. Throw was too deep. Good coverage by the Bears. And can you see who that is down there coming back into the end zone right now for Gladewater?
Oh, he's sideways. Moment.
But he did a good job of having coverage on that receiver. Get his number in him. Now they're running the ball. He fakes the dive. Quarterback keeper. And
that is J.T. Maddox again, Sam. Great job.
So number 2 keeps the ball, their quarterback. Again, Walker Overman, and just turns it up inside and slips by a couple of tackles. Now it's just a little toss sweep, and he turns it up in the end zone. So that was number 8.
Ethan Sloan.
So Ethan Sloan is the halfback on that play. Quarterback just turns, and we call that just a toss sweep. Tosses it to him and lets him run for daylight. And makes a cut or 2. And
26 seconds left from the first quarter.
We're at 23-0. Here's the attempted after. It's up, and it is good. So we are at, with 26.9 seconds left in the first quarter, we are down 24-0 with the Gunter Tigers having the lead. So Bears give it.
There's something that I noticed that we talked about before. It was gotta play works. Don't change the play. Run it till they stop. We ran a play twice in a row. Those two plays together made almost 6 yards.
Mhm.
On the third play, we curious why you don't think that they should have just said run it again.
I don't know. And both teams have coaches up here in the press box with us on headsets talking to their coaches down there. So you may have a guy watching a certain position on the line, and if he sees something you can attack,
Shift.
yeah, then you may do that. And then if the defense makes a change and stops it, then you got to try something else. But and sometimes it's they count how many are in the box, how throw or run, and sometimes they just say we're going to do it no matter what you do, and you just got to stop us. There's another deep kick to the same spot. Colin Wilson takes it again.
Like crazy.
He turns it up. He's got some room.
Oh my goodness, he's moving, Sam.
And Colin Lewis this time makes it
45
to the 45-yard line. That was a great job of running. So that tells me
far back.
That tells me we need the ball in Colin Lewis's hands, whether he can catch it or hand sweep, toss it to him, or whatever.
We don't have it up here, but he actually, I don't want to wreck this. I'll find out after halftime. But he got an award, I believe, like the orthopedic from Longview area. He was named the person of the week for East Texas.
Yes.
I will, after halftime, we'll come back and have all the details on that.
Okay, that play is a great example, and that's JT Maddox carrying the ball. But that's a great look at how fast that Tiger defense pursues. Because we had some blockers there, and he strung it all the way to the sideline. Maddox did, but
looked like their whole team was there.
But there was like a welcome party waiting on him, and so it's like getting off the bus at the station, and there's a greeting committee, except they're not shaking your hand. And so anyway, it's a good call, but somewhere in that blocking scheme, somebody's got to stay with the block or get somebody cut, cut them down. Where they don't have the pursuit to get over there where they're going. So, give credit to the Tiger defense. They pursue the ball really, really well.
Very aggressive. That makes 1 quarter down, changing sides.
So now the Bears are going to be going to the north end of the field and defending the south end by what we call it the halftime house, dressing rooms.
That's right.
So
Field house.
Lewis under center, 2 backs. He's going to throw, and he's throwing, a little bit wide.
Whoa.
That was
close.
for Tyrone Maddox. It was close, but
Nope, that is not
0.
them or 0. Oh yeah, Tyrone. I'm thinking.
So anyway, that was close, and we did try to strike deep because if he had caught that and then stepped out, he would have been down inside the 30-yard line, on the good end of the field now, what I'm calling it. So now Lewis split wide to the bottom of the screen, other 2 receivers top, 2 backs, and this time
throw again, lots of pressure.
Oh, and Lewis goes up. He's double covered. Again, right at the 30-yard line, and can't hold it. So with Lewis, they did have 2 defenders on him, and that
I don't know if this camera's zooming out fast enough. Kept watching the football field. Hopefully, it's zooming out for everybody.
So now it looks like we got a 4th and 11, and looks like Lewis is back to kick. And of course, as fast as he is, he could probably run it, but I think he just ran that long route and he just needs to punt it. And that is a good punt for the
That was a
Bears.
really good punt.
So now, for the first time that I can remember in this game,
It is the first time.
the
They're gonna have
Tigers
to.
are going to start inside their own 20. So now you at least have the advantage if you can stop them. You know, we used to say if we can make them drive 80 yards without a mistake, we don't think they can do it. We think we can stop them or they can make mistakes and stop themselves.
The odds are in our favor.
So this would have to be an 80, 82, 83-yard drive. So let's see. So now they've got one wide receiver to the
Got
bottom.
number 2 back in, quarterback Overman.
That is a gain of 6 yards. So that's a counter play. The quarterback opens one way and the back goes the other way, and he spins around and gets him the ball. Designed to make the linebacker step one way and then
Throws it to number 8.
he is still up.
Wow, that was
They never did put him on the ground. They finally got him out of bounds.
Zach Boland. Tigers.
Well, he ran well.
The Bears has lines on there. So number 8 was actually Ethan Sloan. I apologize.
We've called his name a bit before that too. So now they've got the spread offense, one back, quarterback deep 2. And now he's going to keep it. And he picks up 1st and 10, probably. See where they spot it. I'm going to call it 5 yards, close to it anyway.
Number 2, Walker Overman. The Tigers.
So that's about a 4-yard gain, not quite 5. Quick, hurry up offense again, motion. And
handed it off to the guy behind him, number 12.
And
he's jumped over some people and he is aiming for that end zone.
He's got some speed too, quickness and
Ivy
speed.
Hellman.
And he made a good run. So number 12, there's a flag. Not sure what it is, but their quarterback, Overman, made a great fake. I mean, there were a couple of people. I had to look twice to see who had the ball too. So that.
It was a hit below the waist?
I'm not sure.
What it sounded like.
But it's a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, so we'll see. That's going to move them back behind their original line of scrimmage.
Replay second downs.
Okay, so now it's 2nd and about 14. There's one back, quarterback deep, to the bottom of your
quarterback. Back to number 7 again, Sam. Oh, he fake handoff, throws the ball.
And he underthrows number 5.
That is quarterback number 7, Luke Dodd.
And Cannon Lindbergh was the intended receiver, and he's well underthrown. He was well covered, but neither him nor JT Maddox, the cornerback, could get back to that ball.
Oh, they swapped it out. Looks like number 2's the quarterback again. And he tosses it quickly to number 18, Sam. Bears are all over him.
He's still going. They can't bring him down. It almost looks like a bunch of little kids playing soccer and you can't see the ball. And there's just hilarious. A wad of people going, but you know it's in there somewhere. So that's a good enough for a first down, but they had him wrapped up. Literally, we could not see the ball carrier.
Yeah, that was crazy. Swarmed by Bears.
So same formation. Throwing again.
I'm the number 8 at the bottom. Then Sloan again.
And he's hit hard there by Devontae Powers. He puts a pretty good shot on him going out of bounds.
He walked away like it didn't hurt.
I know. I'm telling you, the game is physical. But
something.
I see that flag laying there. What they did, they set trips to the Gladewater sideline, and they run 2 off. I couldn't hear what he called.
Called it on number 11. I don't know what the play was.
Okay, it could have been a pick because that's what I was going to say. They had 3 wide receivers, 2 drive off. He may have blocked the guy that was supposed to cover the actual target for the ball. So
10-yarder? Holding 10 yards?
I believe.
What, they moved him back?
So now
Number 2
they're
is
in
quarterback
tight.
Oberman.
He's just
Keeping
going to
it.
keep
He's
it
holding
up
on
the
to it.
middle. He just kind of ducks in behind those blockers, and he gets about 6 of that back. So that's going to be a same formation. Tigers motion, wants to throw,
What up? Oh,
and he throws it to the little swing back, and he's
number
got.
8, Ethan Sloan again. He one-handed that thing.
And they finally, I can't see who it is down there that made the hit. Another first down inside the 20. So they're on the 16. Their offense still in the hurry up mode. One back, wide receiver down to the bottom of the screen. The officials is going to tell Coach Levere something. He's going to share one of the secrets with him.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, the ref secret. Actually have some names this time for the refs. That was Stephen O'Neill, referee.
So refs did really so far doing a pretty decent job. So there's
Handed it off. Number 12.
He
Tripped up a
is
little bit.
he is in right at the
Ivy
10.
Hellman.
So now they're on the 10, second down and about 4. Play coming in. We've got number 6 wide on this side. Up, they're going to change up the formation. 1 wide receiver to the top. 1 back.
Back hands it off to number 32. That was a lot of pressure from Bears. Didn't go anywhere.
That is going to be no gain. They're going to give him forward progress back to the line of scrimmage. So it's still going to be 3rd and 4 this time. Now the wide receiver comes back to this side. 5. Motion.
Off again to 32.
He picks up. It's going to be a first down, I believe. So it's going to be a 1st and goal from about the 4. 1 back, same offensive set.
Same play, Sam. 32.
And this time he goes over the left side.
32 is Ashton Bennett. Tigers.
And Tigers having a great night tonight, I can tell you that. So that's going to bring us to
30.
30
0.
with 8 minutes left in the second quarter. So I imagine that defense is getting a little tired here because they've spent a lot of time on the field.
It's also the not having JT Maddox, number 3, is so close to being there.
And he seems to be the only one getting through.
He's the only one getting through, and that guy is putting light speed almost there to drop that kick.
So 8 minutes left till halftime. And you don't want to call anything an insurmountable lead, but to overcome 30 points, 8 minutes left in the second quarter, that would be a remarkable comeback. But we'll see what kind of adjustments Bears can make.
I can't tell you that they're different. This would be time with the ball and attack that non-starter quarterback. Because if it's not number two, the plays usually run a little different. That's why we held it.
Mm-hmm.
They quickly have number two back in there.
I think number 7 likes to throw it a little more, and number 2 is more the spider tail. You know. All right, little pooch kick this time.
Something different.
And that it nets in about the same yardage, except for the really good one, to the 32. It looks like, and that was
JT Addicts.
Is that 3 or 5? Okay, well that would be JT. You're right. Yeah. So little pooch kick, small return, but Bears are in really pretty good shape. You know, for this drive, you're on the 32, your own 32, but yeah, it's gravy. So Bears in a 2-back set. Quarterback under center. Wilson takes the ball and he hands it off. They're just not getting movement on the line right. There's
remember what that play was that had a pretty deep.
Well, what you like to see on that snap, you like to see that offensive line make a surge and move something forward or create some lanes that are open. And I'm seeing a stalemate on that particular play, and so your back hits in there and he's running into people immediately. And there's not a lane. Now we're quarterback deep, thinking a pass. And he has a little
quarterback, Karen Wilson.
No, 10. That was
Austin. Werner up.
Yeah. So Werner was the left halfback, and he just ran a little swing route out there and picked up 3 yards, 2 yards. Okay. So we do that 5 times, we got a first down.
True. There were 5 times to beat.
Oh, that might.
How was that?
I don't. Yeah, there it comes.
Oh, there it is.
Let's say he bumped him. That's a late flag, and that is Tyrone Maddox, I believe, in that 0. Yes, the intended receiver. So that's going to be a break for the Bears. But we don't like to call them before the officials see it, but we both saw it at the same time.
We'll give a definite grunt.
So they see it as well. They make the call, and it's a good call. And it's going to be enough for a first down. Maybe. I wish we had our stat guy standing back there behind us with his sticky notes.
Wonderful.
Yeah, with his sticky notes.
Fantastic.
So anyway, Gladewater with a first down just short of midfield. Quarterback under center. He keeps this time, turns it up, and he makes about 4 yards, maybe 5. Looked like that came in a little late, didn't it? But turns it up and makes about 5. Now, if you made 5 every time, you wouldn't have those 3rd and shorts. But 3rd and short is still better than a 3rd and long. But now we're at 2nd down, and what do they call it? They're calling it 5. It's right there at 5. Now, let's see. So, Gladewater got 2 wide receivers split out. Oh, and he's got a little bit of room. He's got a first down. Wilson runs the option.
Yep, move the chain, Sam.
Yeah, and he kept the ball, faked the dive, kept the ball, turned it up just past the tackle, and made about 6 yards. So we're on a roll for sure.
Momentum going.
We need some momentum going. About 29 minutes worth of momentum.
Hmm.
So same offensive set for the Bears. Takes a snap. He gives the handoff this time.
And
Austin Werner, and Werner looks like he gets about 4 on that pickup. So again, maybe they made a change. Maybe somebody just got tired of getting beat, and sometimes you just got a guy that's outmanned and he's just getting whipped. And I can remember Coach Murphy and several of our coaches. We would ask him, "Are you just going to let him do that all night? Can you just whip him a couple of times?" And
Just a
and they
couple.
do, and then
Isn't
they
that
get a little
amazing?
momentum. So
Up top way.
oh goodness,
Intercepted by number 9 of the
and that we were
Zach Boland.
and we were throwing to our number 9, and that I guess that was probably a free safety in the middle of the field there, but he just stepped right up in front of him. I know what Wilson was doing as he ran that post. He was going to try to lay it out in front of him, and he didn't get it quite far enough. But anyway, result is still the same. Tigers ball. So that killed the best drive we've had going so far. But at the same time, that's you can complete the pass. That's the fastest way to move it down the field.
I do have one really good news.
That is true. And I don't. Oh,
7 is making a move.
And
He's
he-
tackled by our number 7, Latrell Henderson.
okay. So,
Whoop, run out of ink. There it is.
I think we just got a sticky paper. So another first down, but 7 is back in at quarterback. And
For 12.
yeah, and did you
It
see
was a lot of Bears.
Did you see the lead back he didn't hand it off to? He turned around to him like, "You forgot to give me the ball." So I don't know if the quarterback made the wrong handoff or if somebody just thought it was. Okay, we got a late flag there. It's going to be something maybe unsportsmanlike. I don't know. I just saw the flag. I couldn't see what was going on. Okay, so that was unsportsmanlike conduct on number 5 for Gladewater, Frank Sierra. And that'll be a big penalty that, again, the Gladewater Bears don't need to give them any.
The ref, I could hear say that was the first one he got. So is that the one you're limited to? What you 3 strikes you're out? Is it that?
I think it depends what it is, but yeah. The
7 in his quarterback throws it quickly. 3. Our number 11, Colin Lewis, move anymore
and that's how you play that to stop it.
quickly.
But you saw those other 2 had their guys tied up, and then this guy steps behind them and gets the ball and then runs. And Colin came off his block and made a great open field tackle.
Pops in. Throws it. Oh, right. We got some feet. Their number 10, Dakota Lowry, caught that one. You know, if you can't stop him by trying to hold him.
So there they go on a dive to the left halfback. And my goodness, he's just leaving a trail of bodies.
2-person, number
33, yes, and that is Hayden Farrell. Nice run, dragging a few people with him.
Sophomore. Oh, look at.
Oh yeah, that's a flag, but I'm going to tell you that's a touchdown saver because half the distance to the goal line, you're giving up 2 yards, and they may score the next play, but
So if it's already 2-1, what are they going to do? Oh, they made it 1st and 1, 1st and a half.
probably. half the distance. So
What happens if you
there
keep
there
doing
are
that? I'm curious.
times you can get a penalty and it really doesn't cost you that much.
Right. Yeah. I've got a question.
Okay.
Back to that hypothetical. Keep doing it. So number 36 of the Gladewater Bear. A lot of other bears stopped number 12 on that.
And also we got number 7 in there, Latrell Henderson.
Christian Collins was.
So what they're doing here with the Tigers, they're getting strength one way and running back to the weak side, hoping we overshift. And so now they're going to
Lost it
go
14.
that little toss sweep. If I had to pick one play that's good for
It's your
them,
game.
that toss sweep to the weak side it's almost like an end around, but the advantage is it's instead of that guy being on the line, he's back off the line, so he's closer. He can make it happen quicker. So they're utilizing when it's a tight end just flexed out and a guy in the slot there. We call that a nasty slot. We talked about that one time
Good.
because you don't really know how to play it.
I tell you, this is super effective. And he's almost there. I'd love to see him put his fingers on that
I
ball.
know.
Just one.
If he could just get a tip of it,
Just
it
a
might
tip,
make
that's
it
it.
miss.
Yep, that would be incredible.
So what they're doing, Avon, they've got the tight end. You got a tackle, and then the tight end splits a little wider, and that back lines up in that little slot it creates. Normally he's out here outside of everybody. Now he's inside of a guy, so they can run different routes with it. He can come motion and catch that little toss sweep and go back to the strong side.
We need those. Like John Madden had, where you draw all over the screen and eventually
Yeah,
look like a bunch of markers.
yeah. If we had one of those, if we had one of the panels that y'all have on the live feed, we could do that. But
But then we'd have to wear suits. And they'd
no,
wanna see
no.
us
I'm
in
afraid
suits.
we're gonna just wear our shirts we got. We have our orange shirts on. But I didn't wear my polo shirt because I wore this to the Spring Hill game and they won. And
Ah.
I would tell Coach Bird, we would tell each other, it's not superstition. Now it's a tradition. So, all right, little pooch kick this time, taken at the 20. Got a little running room if he can get by him. He's got a little room.
For 0 of the Bears.
Okay,
Wow. That thing over the 40. Pretty nuts. Tyrone Maddox.
So Tyrone, he ran a long ways to get over to this sideline because he caught it on the far side of the field. But he finally came and he got one good block where a guy got a piece of one and just slowed him down, and it let him turn the corner and make it to the 40-yard line. So
that's awesome.
A great job of running and getting there.
Off number 10, Werner.
Werner is going to have at least 4, maybe 5. It depends on the spot. But that's just a dive, and if you can run a dive and make 4 yards, every now and then you'll hit one that makes 40. Just because they'll pop through there and nobody can get them.
Open window.
Yeah, so I understand what they're doing. So you got a 2nd and 6, and now we're in a pro set, and now they're going to try the dive to the other side. Oh, it's a keeper. Fake me out on that one. And I believe he makes a yard if they mark it at that 45. Oh, they're going to mark it up at the 47. He made about 3 yards. So now that should be a 3rd and 3. And 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2. If you're up by 30, it doesn't matter what you call. But when you're down by 30, 38, you guys got to find something that works. So now we're in the shotgun. We're going to throw deep, and he can't. And that is
54.
64.
64?
I think 64. If he'll turn around, I can see. No, 54. You're right. So that is Jonah Ferguson with a really good pass rush. I wish we could look. If we had more than one camera, I could
Yeah.
look at that
Or
interior
have a separate
and see if
thing
he
for
made a really good move
blinders.
to get free, or did somebody make a poor block, or you never know. But anyway, that was a good sack, and he was on Lewis before he could. I mean, on Wilson before he could really get set up to look for somebody. It, 45.3 seconds. I think I'd go ahead and burn it. Nothing else, just to let my guys catch their breath. Pull a frame up.
Yeah, we're going to see if we can go back in time. If you ever want to look up this, tell somebody.
So we are live streaming on a YouTube channel. You go to Gladewater Live Football on YouTube. And if we're live streaming, that's the one that'll pop up. Otherwise, it'll be one that's recorded. So Avon is trying to get it back to a certain spot. And in the meantime, while he's doing that, we're in a punt formation. He gets a punt off, and it gets a
Wow, that
good
is a
Gladewater
great
roll.
bounce. Look.
And it's going to be inside the 15 to about the 13-yard line with 33.3 seconds. So 38-0. We've had a couple of good drives. We've actually been intercepted, 3 times or 2 times? 2 times.
You don't have the stats.
Two interceptions at least, and
really bad.
yes. So we really have had chances to score at least a couple of times if we could keep the drive going. So it's not, and I'm going to say this about our fans. We have a lot of great fans that show up no matter what, whether we're ranked number 5 in the state and winning every game, or whether we are having a hard time and struggling with a tough preseason schedule. And so those are not the ones that I'm going to kind of call out, but the ones that spread the doom and gloom of we've only won one game kind of thing. I'm just going to ask you to remember we're playing every team except Spring Hill has been ranked. We're playing some very, very talented people. And when our district starts, we're going to excel a lot better in district. We're going to look a lot better. We're going to play better because we're not going to be going against a team that's capable of doing what some of these teams have done. So be patient with your Bears, I guess is what I'm saying. And just know that they're working hard.
They're down, Sam.
So they're out there looking at him. He's up now on his own power. But just know that every coach out here, every player on this team from 7th grade up, they all want to win. They do.
Absolutely.
They work hard, and they're going to show up every Friday night. And whatever you pay for the price of a ticket, it's worth it. And so if you see the coaches, if you see the kids, just give them a positive comment. Say, hey, I appreciate the way you guys are working. I know it's going to come around, and we're still pulling for you. So now throwing by the Tigers, and that ball was almost intercepted. So that ball was underthrown. They were trying to go deep.
14.2 seconds.
So I don't know if they're just running their offense, trying to get another one. I don't know.
Over a minute.
So he's really more of the runner. I'd look for a run here.
Got it, Sam, number 32. And our number 33 was right there to meet him with number 8 helping.
And so 33, Serta,
Serta. 8.
Raylan Pauly.
Right there. Oh, and
So the first half comes to an end. The Gunter Tigers have 38 points. The Gladewater Bears have 0. But I know after halftime there'll be a rest. There'll be some discussions.
we received the ball, if I remember.
Yes.
correctly. We kicked it off.
And so we will come back with some adjustments and attitude changes, and it'll be a different half. So anyway, we're going to turn it over to y'all. You again, a reminder: you may not have the
I
sound,
have audio. I'm gonna do a couple clicking, but I stop the feed.
but watch the bands, and we will see you back
Honey
here
Bears.
in the Honey Bears, and we will see you back here in a few minutes with the second half.
The band will now continue their halftime entertainment to the traditional military style marching drill, the General Grant March by King, Heads Up March by Kohler, and Precision Fanfare, which was written by Colonel Timothy Ray, a native East Texan and director of the Fighting Texas Aggie Band. marshals of the week are Samantha Brown and Jackson Rebar. Then the rookies for Gladewater High School are Jeff Smith, birthday boy Brett Pilcher, Joshua March, and Mr. Smith. Calling the sideline sponsor is James Cook, GHS principal is Mr. Derek Ford, and the CIS instructor is Mr. Clark.
Okay, we are back for the second half. Gunter Tigers are on the field. Gladewater Bears just coming out. And the score is still 38-0. So I'm glad nothing happened at halftime that we didn't know about, Avon.
No, we stepped away for just a minute, Sam. Yeah, it's I can definitely tell you the temperature feels very nice out. 1 degree.
So anyway, looking across the field, not a lot of fans from Gunter. Quite a few fans from Gladewater here. Of course, it is homecoming, and saw some people that ex-alumni and ex-teachers and principals here. Saw Brad Watson and his wife Latricia down there. We got to visit with him for a minute, and of course they've had reunions and some stuff going on with that as well. So pretty good turnout on the Bear side for the ball game tonight. Okay, I noticed already, Avon, that they are kicking from a different hash mark. So they were kicking from the left hash. Now they're kicking from the
Changing it up a little. He'll put that right about 5 down there.
Got a little room, Lewis, and he gets ankle tackled just short of the 20-yard line. He may be on the 18, 17-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. But I do like the threat that Lewis has when he takes that kickoff and gets a block or two. So Bears do have the ball to start the third quarter, and it is on the middle of the field on the 18.5 yard line. So Bears have quarterback under center, 2 backs, 2 wide receivers. and they give it to the first back, halfback on the left side. He's going to get forward progress of maybe a yard. So it's going to be 2nd and 9. Ball is now on the left hash. Bears again headed to the south end zone. I see lineman-wise, number 66, Taylor Pickett is in there. And 55 is Chance Mendez. And we'll call some others out as we can get a number on them. Split back, same formation. Wilson wants to pass, and he completes a little slant in to Lewis, and he is going to score.
Oh my! Look at that! He just
No
He
flags.
just turned on the afterburner.
And so on the second play from scrimmage,
Wow!
we see at least one adjustment that's good.
Hey, I'm telling you, it's not going to be a complete shutout. That at least put a little bit of smile on your face, Sam.
Yes, that I like that.
There goes that energy you said. Maybe like you said, they came back from that halftime and said, if we can just not let them do that as much.
Yeah.
And looky there.
Well, and that was really just a simple play. They split Lewis out wide to the right, ran him on a slant in, little fake, raise up and throw it to him, almost like the old hot route, but just a little different pattern. And he outran everybody to the end zone. So the kick is down and up, and it is good. And
makes 38-7.
And that was Ozzy Chavaria that kicked the PAT. And so now we have a 38-7 game, and so much for a long sustained drive.
Hey.
I'll take a quick one. I will take a quick one every time. But I want them to go 3 and out, or us to get a turnover and then score again.
Right, of course.
So, it is a strange game, and you got to play 2 halves. And we've all seen a good half and a bad half by a team, and sometimes it's enough to change the outcome, and sometimes it just makes a better second half. But regardless, it's just like we talked about a while ago. We're all going to pull for the Bears, and we know that there are brighter days coming. The Bears are off next week in an open date before the district schedule, and then their first district game is at Tatum against the Tatum Eagles. And folks, though, all the district games will be 7 o'clock kickoff, not 7:30.
UIL just changed that.
Yes, so that is a new thing for us here in East Texas. We've always had 7:30 kickoff times, but now they're going to be starting in 2 weeks at 7 o'clock. So kick back inside the 20. And number 3 for the Bears, JT Maddox, again, getting his name called on a good solo tackle just inside the 30-yard line. So not a bad position for the Tigers to start, and certainly not bad for the Bears to be defending from the Tiger almost 30-yard line.
I knew that. Much better start, I think. I'm just curious which quarterback's going.
Well, I think they're going to
7.
probably stay. I see 7 out there, so that tells me they may be on some throwing downs here. We'll see.
Oh,
Nope,
he handed it
hands
off,
it
Sam.
off.
Bears on top. 32 of the Tigers.
And on the tackle, number
Ashton Bennett.
18 for the Bears, Caden Elrod. And I believe number 33, Israel Serta. So good tackles there. Hurry up offense again. He's looking to throw. And it's a little swing pass inside. The same one we've seen a number of times where they have trips or 3 receivers to the top of the screen. 2 stay out, 1 comes underneath, and they throw the ball to him and let him run.
That was number 12, Ivy Hellman.
Yes, so that's good for a first down. Now it's a handoff.
Hands it off again, number 32.
It's an option game.
Oh, they knocked me out on that.
Yeah,
one.
so quarterback fakes the dive, keeps the ball, then pitches to number 6, Cade Dodson, and he picks up enough yardage for another first down. Hit hard there, but and I thought they were going to strip the ball, but he held on. So now it's the number 32,
2.
and he gets enough for a first down. It's going to be
0 and
close.
number 9 of the Bears that got him.
And that
Tyrone Maddox.
is Joby Chico. So now it's a 1st and 10. They're still moving the chains.
We also haven't got to say that hopefully you're out there listening, Michelle. We still miss you up here in the booth with us.
We do, Michelle. Okay, that's just a little, he's looking to throw deep, and nobody was open. Good coverage by the Bears. So back out of the backfield on a little swing route, and he throws it, and they pick up 5 yards. So now they've got everybody in tight, and they give it to the tailback on a counter. Fullback goes left, tailback goes right, and
It went number 6.
That's
that Dotson. You said his name earlier.
Yeah, Cade Dotson. So now they're back to their spread formation. They got 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen looking to throw.
Looking left.
Yeah. And it is incomplete. That was good defense there. I really thought it might be intercepted. But when it gets dark over there, we have a hard time seeing where the ball goes. But good coverage by the cornerback for the Bears. And, it's kind of funny, Avon. They get their strength set to our sideline, and then they throw to the weak side. But they do it because they get that one-on-one coverage. And now they're
Keep going to that weak side. 32.
Well, and they're running that way. And when we say the weak side, we're talking about the side that has fewer players on it. So just so everybody's clear on that. Sometimes I take for granted everybody knows the coaching terms. So if I need to explain stuff more, let me know.
Oh,
send Avon a text and let me know. So Tigers driving. It's 1st and goal from the 5. Everybody in tight. Quarterback going to keep it.
Right.
And he scores. And basically, that's just the old follow me. And the running back goes through and blocks, and the quarterback follows him. So it's really almost like if they're in a power iron, run a lead play with 2 lead blockers. And it's a pretty effective play. So that puts us at 44 with a PAT to come. And they're changing personnel. Looks like their kicking team is in. 5 still holding for the Tigers. Snap. Oh, man, he lays out every time and just he's going to get one. I don't know if it'll be tonight, but we're going to see him block an extra point or several before the year's over, because he is on the right track. So that brings us to a score of 45-7. And 8:46 left in this 3rd quarter. So the Bears have gotten on the board. Unfortunately, the Tigers got on the board again. So we're still down 38, but
be down, but at least not a 0. That's
not
an achievement.
It's not
a great achievement.
Not a skunk, is it?
It's not.
Okay, so the Bears have kind of seen some hard times. Last week in Malakoff, they didn't score till late, and it was ended up 52-13. But again, Malakoff a few years ago, if you remember,
that's who we played in the playoff.
Yeah, and they put Gladewater out, and their defense was the best defense I saw that year. They were tough. So
comes the big question: is they put it on the left?
He kicks it deep again. Lewis is going to catch it on the 1. He's going to his right. He's got a little daylight. He got a flag down.
Back around, Sam.
And he's got some room.
Looking for some places to move.
And he's
looking for some places to turn the power on.
So Lewis reverses his field twice. Goes right, then comes back. comes back to his left and comes all the way to the sideline. But we do have a flag down, and I just saw 3 players on the ground. I don't know who got the flag. Most commonly, it's against the receiving team. So I hope I'm wrong on that, but we'll see. So, so it is against the receiving team. And if it's a spot foul, they're going to mark it where those guys were down on the 16. It's going to put it on the 8-yard line. So it was half the distance. So now we only have to go 92 yards to score. But we know the strange things that can happen in this game.
There are lots of things.
Let's see what they can do. And Lewis,
He kept it.
well, they ran the option, and Lewis wanted to pull. Wilson wanted to pull the ball, and the back acted like he wanted to take it. So I don't know if they run the option enough to read that real quick. But anyway, they picked up a couple, but maybe that should have gone for 4 or 5. All right, so Bears still in split backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 on each side. Quarterback under center, takes a snap, gives it to the back on the right, and he's met pretty solid at the line, and he is going to have a pickup of 1 yard. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 7. I think they're calling it 3rd and 8, but I
think you're right. I think
I see a 3rd and 7.
Oh.
Okay.
Caught up with you.
They must have saw what I finally saw. All right, so this is a passing down, but it may be a running down. I don't know. They've got Lewis split out to the right. And last time they did that with him on the weak side, he
one thing was a pass.
well, I'm hearing some talk from the crowd. They didn't like the non-call, I guess. But that brings up a 4th down.
4th and 7, but you're so far. Own territory. I'm going to have to get rid of it.
All right, so Bears going to have Colin Lewis back to punt. And there's the snap. He gets the ball away. Ball caught at the 35, and he is possibly going to score. And yes. Ball caught at the 35. It was a short punt. He, and I didn't get the number, but
I didn't either,
picks up a couple blocks and is hit as he's going in. And he is got another touchdown. And Lewis is down, and it looks kind of like maybe a muscle cramp. We got folks going out there. The Gladewater defense has got to go back on the field for the extra point attempt. So we're sitting at 51-7. And Taylor Pickett, Jordan Reynolds, and Joby Chico coming off the field. Lewis up now, walking off the field, and it looks like maybe just leg cramps. Yeah, looks like it's cramping up, and he's kind of hobbling to the sideline so he can stretch it out. So, he's busy out there. I know that.
Absolutely, Sam. He's been doing a whole A lot of work. Just reminds me of all the times we're calling on JT Maddox. He's all over the place, very active. There's no 50%, 80%. It's always been 100%. These guys are giving. What just happened? Is something?
I heard a horn honk.
I think that's their. We made a touch.
Oh, well,
horn.
they made the point, so it's 52.
Okay.
But I don't know if somebody lined up offside and they declined it, or I'm not sure. So the Bears are getting their kickoff return team a lot of work. And they've had one really good return. So I don't know that Lewis is back there. I think they've got in his
We
spot.
wouldn't have had the holding on that last one. That would have been a good. He did a lot of work.
Yeah. So JT Maddox is back deep along with Wilson, Kyron Wilson, and
Quarterback.
And so either one of them have good speed and are certainly capable of going all the way with one as well. Let's just see. This time they're going to kick it. Squib kick.
Oh, wow. Right on the carpet.
And he picks it up. Wilson picks it up, and he's got a little room. Hit hard by number 49, 48. 48, Brooks Griggs Bell, the Tigers, but he bounces right up and just a good hard hit. And so Gladewater Bears having a little powwow down there while they set the ball in the chains and deciding what play they're going to run and maybe what strategy they're going to take for this series of downs. So one wide receiver top, one to the bottom, two backs, quarterback under center, takes the snap, handoff to the back on the right side.
Number 28.
And that is Carson Cooper. And he gets...
Who's a freshman.
Yes, and so he gets 2 yards. We've called his name, not tonight, but in the past we called his name 3 weeks ago, and saw him in action, I think, at Spring Hill. But anyway, so that's a 2-yard pickup. Same formation. This time,
Austin Werner.
And
gets tripped up just as soon as he takes off.
Yeah, just on the ground pretty quick. But I think his feet just hit something, or he's kind of wiping his shoes off, so he may have slipped more than he got tackled. All right, so let's see. Same formation for the Bears. Oh, and that's a nice little run. Maybe a yard short.
Oh, they're moving the chains. Looky
First
there.
down. Good spot on that. And that one hit a lot quicker, Avon.
Yeah, that almost looked like he faked it to him, then he gave it back to him.
I just know they like to ride it up in there, so you don't really know if they're leaving it or
not.
Pulling it out, you know. But they're staying in the same formation. Tyrone Maddox split wide to the top of the screen. And again, a dive to the right side. And that, I'm going to say this. Did you see number 66, Taylor Pickett? He got movement. He latched on his guy and drove him to the other hash mark. If we had 5 guys doing what Taylor Pickett just did, we could go bang our head on the goalpost down there. because that guy, he got after his.
Well, you always talk about the guys in the trenches. We should definitely give them another shout out.
So we also got 65 down there, Jordan Reynolds. On the other side, um, those guys are working hard too.
And off again, JT Maddox.
And that play,
Uh-oh.
I think it was
His left foot.
I think it was Mason Thompson pulled around and then backside pursuit actually got him got JT. Looks like maybe a little ankle.
Yeah, something on his left foot. On the ground, I
Yeah.
saw.
Well, they've got him to the sideline. Not sure who went in for him. I see Chico still in there, and Werner I think is still in. So same formation for the Bears. Looking to throw,
Hold on to it.
and he does fall forward for a yard.
They're number 20. Fire. And that one right. Look at that. Rare.
That's how I would say it. So y'all have to remember the visiting team. We don't know these guys as much as we know ours. So if we butcher your name, we apologize in advance. And if you can send us a text or something and tell us, then we'll certainly correct it. But as a 30-year teacher, coach, and principal, I spent years trying to get everybody's name right. And sometimes we do better than others, but my name was a hard name to say too. So maybe that's one of the reasons that I tried to get everybody's name right, because mine still gets butchered quite a bit. But anyway, we do appreciate these guys that are working hard and giving us a little bit of entertainment on Friday nights. And
we also, I don't know if we said it yet, Sam, we definitely also appreciate UIL allowing this thing. Their rules that this is usually restricted just particular TV vendor, if you will, that holds a lot of those rights.
Yeah, and this all goes back real quickly to COVID, when people couldn't and or didn't want to get out into a crowded game atmosphere. So the UIL waived the sanctions on live streaming a game just to help the fan base. And then the next year, they let us do it again, even though COVID was not as bad. And so this year, the same thing. They've let us continue the live stream. So Lewis with another punt, a high kick, not a super long kick. So the Tigers will take over on their own 43-yard line. But yeah, so the UIL gave permission again this year for us to live stream, and we just live stream the home games.
That's it.
And this year, Gladewater only has 4 home games, but next year they'll have 6 home games because we alternate sites with who we play every 2 years. And so we'll see for next year if they allow us to continue to do that. But with all the way they scout now and with the huddle and all the different things, it's really not that big a factor for them, because everybody has access to their film and video in a much timelier fashion than they used to, when I was coaching, back when we traded films and videos and all that stuff. We didn't.
Was what, probably on VHS or something?
We went from 8mm to VHS to the CDs, and then huddle. You just email and have passwords, and it's all secure. And you can be at a deer camp sitting around a campfire watching your neighbor's son play and see how he did. So that was an incomplete pass.
5, Cannon Limburg.
So right now it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Tigers, and the technology for a player and a coach and coaches to be able to trade films and videos is just better than it's ever been, and it helps the teams play better as well. So now they hand off to the fullback. He's met for maybe a 1 yard gain as he tries that left side of the line. And it is going to be a 1 yard gain, so it's going to be 3rd and 9. They have changed their tempo down.
Yeah,
And
they're actually doing a huddle.
yes,
Hasn't happened.
they are not having
ever.
the fast tempo, quick pace, no huddle offense.
Also, we got number 22 back as quickly throws it. That's number 22 catching it.
All right, that was a great image of what they do with the trips, the 3 receivers to one side. The other 2 guys are not even running routes. They're blocking. Now, they're not blocking the guy sometimes that's supposed to be covering the 3rd man, but he goes to get behind one of them. So it's a little bubble he runs. It's not a deep route. And
See
then
this? They're about to punt. I think this is the first time.
I don't know that I've seen him punt tonight. So 4th and
That's
8,
promising.
but they're not quite in 4-down territory, but glad they're punting. He gets it off quick, kind of a low punt. Stay back, boy. Stay back. Now, you see Gladewater player up by that ball. That ball takes a crazy hop and hits him, and they cover it.
Just brushes his foot.
It's their ball right there. So I'm
dangerous.
sure there's about 8 coaches over here that are puckered up real big when he's down there dancing within 3 feet of that ball. And I'm going to bet that someone tells him as he comes off the field, stay away. There's nothing good. That's like telling your kids, nothing good happens after midnight. Come on home. So nothing happens good when you try to touch a punt down on the goal line and they can recover it. They can touch it and it just is down. But if they touch it first, then you can pick it up and they've touched it so you wouldn't lose it. But no one had touched it yet. So the Bears run the dive to the left side, and it's met with a lot of resistance, but it is a small gain. Looks like 2 yards. 2nd and 8. We do have 12 seconds left in this 3rd quarter, so they're going to walk on off the field, let the officials change the down markers and the direction we're going for the 4th quarter.
Interesting. Get 52 points. Have to get there. See where Malakoff got. Because it wasn't just pure touchdown. There was also a vote.
Yeah. So I wasn't at the Malakoff game because we'd been to Springfield and we got in about 5 o'clock on Friday, and I'd driven 7.5 hours, and
Ooh.
I didn't really want to drive on down to Malakoff. And when I saw the score, felt bad, but I thought, okay, I didn't drive down there, and I'll just have to read about it. So I've got the Gladewater Mirror, and I remember I kept checking my red zone, and it was like 52, I want to say at halftime. But I know our 13 points came in the second half. So we need to at least try to, maybe we could score 2 more in the 4th quarter, and we could call that improvement if we can hold them in the 4th quarter. But we've actually done a much better job of holding them, and I don't know if they're playing a lot of their kids and.
Number 2 coming back as quarterback. That's who that led the game.
Yeah, but I haven't seen any slouches. Have you?
Nope. He is holding the ball and one held that from the helmet coming. 7.
So sometimes they just do that, and that
Noah Hembrick.
yes. So he's got to come out one play, get his helmet back on, and they don't let you do like
Quick tap of the chin
the
strap.
well the tight end for Dallas. Who was it? Jason Witten? His helmet came off in a play, and he continued hit a guy, but and then he came out and put his helmet on. But he didn't stop playing. They had thrown him a pass, and he finished out his play. He was pretty tough. So Bears now taking another snap, going to throw. Oh,
Got some static.
and I don't know that he makes it back to the line or not. That was a 3rd and 5. Yeah, he made it back to the line.
That was their number 4. Jace Martin, Tigers on.
So when you have a running back number on a defensive lineman, what does that tell you?
No, I'm
It
not.
tells you got a kid that's pretty quick down there playing the
Okay.
line. Whenever you see a number 3 or 4 or 22 and they're playing defensive line, you know they're quick.
Back.
He may have been a defensive back blitz. All right, that punt gets out to the 47, maybe 47.
Pretty
So
decent.
Tiger's going to take over after a really a decent punt. No return on it. Kind of rolled out about they're marking it at the 46-yard line. And we're down to 10:22 with the clock stopped till they ball here, or snap the ball, I should say. So we don't know if they'll run it or throw it.
Quarterback number 7 quickly hands it off to 32.
He makes about 5 yards. He hits it quick and he hits it hard, and they're getting some movement.
35?
Yes.
So used to saying 32. Jake Rathbone.
Oh, looks like
Back line.
they're having some guys get some time. Got number 4 in there, Jace Martin.
You notice that tape that they're using on their arms? A lot of different. Is that muscle tape?
I know what you're talking
Pitched
about.
off to number 4. Going up top, he is.
You're talking about it's kind of rounded on the ends and comes
No,
up.
it's like
Yeah,
that, but it's
well,
all over his arm.
They all the way around it. Okay,
all the way
those
up
are
it.
probably just sleeves as
Oh,
opposed to tape.
I mean, it's coming off though, like peeling right here.
Well,
not a
they
sleeve
may
coming that way.
they may have it taped on, but you see some of the flex
See, look
tape.
at number 4 right now. It's hanging off his elbow.
Yeah, I see that now.
On both elbows.
Yeah,
On that other guy, see, it looks like a tape of some. That muscle tape.
it
Remember
may,
seeing the Olympics do that?
yeah, it
That
may
made
be.
big time news. Off to 30. 35 again.
Well, here's what I know. If they don't stop that,
Running.
they're gonna score again. And we really don't need them to score again.
No more.
So a turnover here, strip a ball.
Definitely have.
I
Especially-
don't see them throwing unless they just need to work on their throwing game. So I mean, I'd kind of box up on them, and that's a running set right there.
Yep, different person.
And that is not an end,
Number 22.
but and that is Kane Bolt, but he is. It's like an end around, but it's like I told you a while ago that he's not an end on the line. He's off the line like a flanker, and so he can hit that a little quicker. And they're so bunched up in there that you can't really see him coming until he breaks out the other side. So now they've got that one split out. Now look at this number 4 over here. That's the guy I'm talking about. They just run the dive
I
up
was
the
looking
middle.
at that and wasn't
Yeah.
paying attention where the ball went.
Yeah. So, but they can fake that play and quarterback keep it, or he can pitch to that guy, or he
Or
can
run
run an
around.
option and then pitch to him. So off of that identical motion, they have about 4 good solid plays. Give the ball, follow that guy as the quarterback keep it and pitch it on an option, or just do a toss to that guy in motion running the flanker, all with the same motion of everybody.
No one else changes their motion.
No, it's just who gets the ball. So it's hard to stop because it's.
Oh, 7. Joe Henderson that almost got him. There's multiple that's trying to get up there to get that guy.
So now we're at 59-7, 7:18 left. But the whole point of that is that they run that quick tempo, which now they're not so quick tempo. They're sending plays in. And part of that might be they're playing other players and giving them some time as a reward for a lot of practice time, which is a good thing for everybody. But they can. You can't just work on stopping that dive play because the quarterback could keep it, or he could give it to that flanker going the other way. Or so with every play that looks like that, they have to read their keys, and there's 4 ways it could go. And if you're a secondary guy, you might have one read. Watch what this one guy does. If you're a defensive lineman, you got another read. If you're a linebacker, you may be reading, one of the backs or the quarterback or which way the guard blocks. It's like a symphony with 32 instruments, and one is no more important than the other.
What is it? 11 instruments.
Yeah. But if somebody messes up, you sure know it. You know which of the 11 messed up. Oh, go. You got a little room. So that's a nice little return up to shy of the 35. We'll call it the 33. We'll see where they mark it.
Twice he's made that ball just coast across
Yeah.
that turf.
And the thing, I don't know what they're thinking, but I know why we used to squib it. Because it bounces crazy. You're still kicking it hard. Somebody may try to field it when it's too hot, but you don't get any hang time. And so you take a chance but you're making them field it like a grounder off the ground. So, it's just a different thing to work on. A little
And
room.
off to 10, Austin Werner.
Werner picks up about 7 or 8 on that carry.
Always interesting to hear what you say than hear it repeated.
Oh, is that what you think?
speaker.
You think they got us bugged in here?
No. Be funny.
That's Mike Baldridge that does the announcing for our home games here at the stadium, and he's got a good voice for that, and he does a good job with that. So if you're ever here, it's harder to hear him, but he does well with it. So there's another just dive play up the middle.
That up the middle has a lot.
Look at 65. Now he may get a penalty on that, but I would call that 65.
Our 65 or theirs?
Our 65. Basically, he got a pancake. He got the guy on his back and was on top of him, but I saw the end of it, so I don't know why the flag is there, but it might be. Yeah, personal foul.
Called it.
Yeah.
We were so close, too.
Well, see, that's exactly what we can't have happen. Because here we got a little drive going, and it's going to be a first down, and now it's not. And we lost 11 yards. Why are they moving those other sticks? That doesn't. So
That's
it's
his
first
first
and
down.
10 now, but it's further back. So, busted play.
Oh, he tossed it. Oof.
That's dangerous. That was a busted play. And I don't know who was wrong. Quarterback turned one way, back went one way, and Kyron ended up pitching it to the running back, and he just dove up the middle, but he didn't have a good handle on it. I think it got loose and somebody got it back.
Oh.
Something.
We've got headphones on, so it does
Yeah,
make it hard for us to refs or
So it's going to be second and 10 and run the clock is what he said. So it's going down to 5:30 right now. All right, so we got second and 10.
Burner.
Burner up the middle.
Oh.
So I am going to look. And see how some of the red zone deals are. Okay, just got a little message from one of my friends that said he's got some bet with his buddies from Gunter. We need to pull this out, and he's watching us on YouTube. Well, Chris, let me just say this: if I had any input and could get a point or 6 or 26 on the board, I certainly wouldn't have waited till there's 4:32 left in the game to get some points up there. But I hope you didn't bet a whole lot of money because with 4:22 left, it's
Clock's burning up fast.
at 59-7. I'm hoping we get another score, maybe 2. But I don't think we got enough for you to turn this around. So, but like I said earlier, it's a crazy game. You know, we could get how many onside kicks would we have to get, Avon, and score on the next play to have a
A
chance?
lot.
So I've never seen it, but technically it's not impossible. But we're punting here, and that punt takes a big hop, gets a little Gladewater roll down inside the 40. So we are going to play defense now from the 39 and hope we can keep them from going into the 60s. How about that? But again, we do appreciate those of you that watch on YouTube. And
Look, we got about 152 right now.
well, that's up a little bit. They must have missed us these last 3 weeks, Avon.
But a few. Usually it hovers about
130,
100.
120.
Yeah, 130.
So anyway, on the live scoreboard as we look here, I was going to try to find Tatum and see what they are doing and who they're playing. I don't have a copy of their schedule.
Hands off to number 14, going up top.
I'm telling you one thing. Okay,
Our number 21 wrapped him up.
nobody is coasting. Even our guys down by as much as
Flores.
they are, they're not coasting. And you know, the Tigers are not coasting. And I've been impressed with their degree of proficiency in the game here, but I don't have
That ref is backing them up.
It says maybe Lumberton and Tatum. It says no score, so I don't have any score.
Oh, it says scheduled. Look, it says
the
24th. That's
24th.
tomorrow.
I was going to say it looks like they're going to play tomorrow, so you can keep up with them tomorrow.
Says that they started.
So they're still running the little
Ends it to 35.
little counter dive. He makes 5. So that's going to bring up a
Obishiko.
2nd and 15 from the 35, just inside the 35.
Might be able to get them to punt it again. Yeah, maybe keep that. If it stopped right below 6.
Yeah, you kind of get to a point where you just look for moral victories.
Yes.
Of course, you really do. No, you got a week off, and
Pack.
there's that little toss sweep
Yep,
again.
to 14.
And really, just watching
4
them,
yards.
they get a lot of mileage out of that
Mitchell
toss sweep.
Gage.
And you know, if that's been their favorite play tonight, of course, not having access to scout them and look at video, but that's been a great play for the Tigers tonight, going both directions. Little cheat motion where they go into motion, you know, just ahead of the snap. But they look like a very balanced ball club, and I understand why they're ranked after watching them. There's that
Again, 22.
end around, and that we're
And look at that. He grabbed that foot and said, "I'm not
yeah.
letting you
And
go."
so I mean, you know, we've seen it enough now. We're down to 121 that we're playing it better.
That's 4th down.
Yeah, we're playing it better. So of course we've not played it well enough to know. It's about,
Yeah, I'm just glad to see that the Bears, they have not laid down. They kept the fight on them. They've kept pressure on them this entire game.
and you know, sometimes it's just the level of your competition is it's hard, and so again, I would just say this: just remember, every team we've played is ranked and tough. Okay, they're fixing to punt, and the play's blown dead. We'll see what happens.
42.5 seconds.
So they were offsides. So they're going to back it up 5 and let them try to punt again with 42 and a half seconds. But, you know, the level of your competition can do several things. You can, if it's not very high, you tend to play like them and maybe not have a great game even if you win. And then if it's too high, you don't want to be so frustrated you can't come back and win the games you're supposed to. And then you don't want to get anybody hurt. They gets a kickoff quickly. It's going to roll down inside the 10.
Oh.
So once again, Bears not getting any kind of break. And are they going to let it run out? They stopped the clock with 7.5 seconds. Bears ball inside the 10. So
What do you do, Sam? Down it yourself?
No, I mean, I don't think, you know, they say never,
Blast it
never,
out.
never give up. So I don't think I'm going to down it. I think
Hail Mary it?
I may sling one out there. I may just run a ball. I don't know, but I'm not. I
Have to
couldn't
see.
go face my kids and take a knee here, but I certainly would understand it if with 7.5 seconds left and it's 59-7, you know. So if they take a knee, so be it. But they may just tighten up
Like that.
there and get the game over with. But yeah, so that's going to end it.
Another reminder about that schedule.
Yeah,
Next week,
no game next week. Open date for the Gladewater Bears
October the 7th.
will be Tatum at 7.
On October 14th, we got Sabine coming here. Pink out.
And that is also a 7 o'clock game, and we will be broadcasting that game.
After that, on the 21st of October, we've got at Jefferson. Play
At
the
7
Bulldogs.
again.
Oh, that's all 7's what this does now. In October 28th, we've got Atlanta, our last broadcast.
And that is
Senior night.
And
Always
again,
special.
at 7.
Yeah, please don't forget the 7. People are going to get here at 7:30. It's like, why's the game already going?
Well, we got about 150 or 60 that won't because they've heard us say it.
Yeah. And the very last one will be the district games, November the 4th at White Oak.
And
Far drive to White Oak.
yeah, that 7 mile drive, we always said it was in our backyard. So with White Oak, it's always good because records are kind of thrown out. It's got that way with Sabine. Everybody's going to play hard. And, you know, you can say what you want to, and our one-loss record right now is not as good as anybody wants it. But people love to play the Bears hard, and they love to try to beat the Bears, and sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. So that's why we play them on Fridays. If it was all on rankings, we just say who's ranked who. Okay, y'all get the win, we don't. But we all like pulling for the Bears. We like watching them, and we all wish them luck. And so if you see a Bear or Bear coaches or cheerleaders or anybody that you know that's associated with the school, give them a little love and a little encouragement through this open week, and hopefully we can start out with a win at Tatum in 2 weeks. Okay, Avon, thank you for your technical work, and I enjoy doing the game. And Chris, I hope you didn't lose much money, buddy.